Hello guys and welcome to Dazi Tech. Today we would be continuing with our HTML tutorials and our website development. But before we do that, let's just have a quick recap on our previous tutorials. So in our previous tutorials, we looked at the input tags and the types of data types we have, where we looked at the type which is date, and then the type which is text, the type which is numbers, blah blah blah, etc. So let's dive into today's aspect, where we will be talking about placeholders and a whole lot of stuffs. So if you quite remember, in our previous session we looked at the input tag, where we saw that we will write input type is equal to, so let's say test. Then with this now, we'll write, let's say, your name is to, so it has to be on a paragraph. So with this, you saw that when you write something like this and you run it, you saw that this placeholder something here, this box something here, is provided for you to input whatever you want to input. So let's say your name, which is Dazi Ebenezer. So another way we can do this is by also not writing this your name here and include the placeholder inside the input tag. So we just have to write placeholder and we set it equal to what we want to be there. So let's say your name. So this is another way you can write what we did in the first one. So the placeholder is used to write sentences in the input field. So now you can see that your name is inside the box, which is this portion. Yeah, so that is the function of the placeholder. So like, think of the placeholder as something which is inside something, something embedded in something. So in anything that you include placeholder, it will be written inside that thing. Yeah. Okay, so now too we can also talk about the button tag. So just as the name suggests, the button tag is used to create button in our website. So let's say you want to create a button. Whatever you do, you write in between the opening button tag and the closing button tag will become a button which can be clicked on. So let's say sign up. You see, whenever you are logging into Facebook, the button there, sign up, yeah, this is the tag they use for that, which is the button tag. So when we run it, you can see that our button will be created, which is the sign up button, where it can be clickable. Yeah, so the button tag is used to create buttons in our website. Okay, so another tag we can look at is also the form tag. So just as the name suggests, the form tag is used to create forms, or it tells the browser that this portion is a form. So anything between the opening form tag and then the closing form tag will be a form. So when we talk about forms, forms are like uh, something where we input data. So anything that they'll be asking of your name, age, email, password, and everything, all these are forms. So forms are something we input data into. Yeah, so anytime they ask of your name, staffs, age, and etc., all those things are forms. So the form is used to declare that this website is a form website. Yeah, so anything between the opening form tag and then the closing form tag will be a form. Okay, so talking about the form tag, just as with the input tag, we have input type is equal to blah blah blah. We also have the form action. So the form action or the action element in the form tag is used to link our website to any other pages on the internet. So let's say we have our link. So as I was explaining, the form action is used to link websites to other websites on the internet. So let's say I have my action to the link, this link. Okay, so let's say this is our link. So any link that goes with the action will link the website that you are creating to that link where you pasted it. So you can tell that with my link, I linked it to the google.com. So when we run this and we click on sign up, it will take us to Google's website. Yeah, so that is the function of the action element in the form. So whenever you use the form action equal to quotation marks, then in between the quotation marks you put any link there, you are telling the website or the browser to link your current website to that website where you have pasted the link to. Yeah, so that is the function of the action element in the form tag. So talking about the button and the link stuff, let's also look at this practical aspect. You see that we are creating a form which is asking of our name or your name. So with that, let's say you want the user to always type in his or her name before it will link, and but with this, if I don't even type my name, it will link me to the website. So to solve that problem, we use the required element. So you just come inside the input tag, then you space and you type required. So just as the name suggests, required is used to tell the browser that that portion is really important, so it is required. So let's run it and see the output. Just as you can see, it has given me a notification error that please fill out this field. Yeah, so without filling it, it will never link you to the website unless I fill it. Now you can tell that it has linked me. So the required element is used to tell the browser that this portion of the website is required before you can proceed with your action. Yeah, so talking about the action works hand in hand with the required tag and also the button tag. Okay guys, so we would be ending today's tutorial here. We would probably continue tomorrow, God willing. Okay, so see you in the next session. But before I end it, let's just do a quick recap on what we just did today. So today we said the form tag is used to create a form in a website, and then inside the form tag we have the action which is used to link the website to other websites on the internet. And we also talked about the placeholder, which is also an alternative for you writing what you want the user to input inside the space provided by the input tag. So the placeholder is more like you writing something inside a portion. And then we also looked at the required function or the required element, which is used to tell the browser that that portion is really required. And we also talked about the button tag, which is used to create a button like sign up, log in, submit, etc. A whole lot of it. Anything you write between the opening button tag and the closing button tag becomes a button. And the button also works hand in hand with the form action to link your website to any website on the internet. Okay, thank you guys for participating in today's session. We will meet in the next session. Bye.